Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the MyTarot morning reflection, our daily inventory, and all that wonderful stuff. And a reminder to take a breath. Good morning, Maureen and Angelina and Jenna. So, our weather here, I haven't even stepped out, but it looks like it's going to be hot. It's bright and sunny, just like you guys. So, we were checking the temperatures in Paris. It looks like it's going to get up to 90 without a whole lot of rain so far next week. So, fingers crossed. Good morning, Jenny. We have our tickets for the catacombs. So, we are really getting excited now. So, I hope everybody had that amazing day yesterday. I hope everybody had a chance to take a breath as we listen to the cards, like to the sounds of the ocean. That reminder that we can actually drift away into someplace different for a few minutes. You know, I'm sitting here, when I shuffle the cards, it reminds me about where my feet are. And I roll my ankles. Oh, that feels good. Then I let my butt do the kitty dance and check in with the shoulders. Ugh. Which reminds me to take that extra breath. And rolling the neck. Ugh. Doing that light switch thing. It says we're going to check in with the universe. We're going to take a moment, hold up a mirror, see what we might see. So, yeah. Boy, did not want to get out of bed this morning. So again, I am grateful to everybody here. So I have a reason to get up. So what does the universe have for us today? Let's take a look at that mirror and see. So I'm going to make our 3 stacks. Each one a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one is a different thought or idea. And if we believe in a multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path. Because this stack will lead down one conversation, and this conversation is going to be a totally different path from this one. And this is where we get to use our intuition in the mornings. So I'm going to take the bottom one, or what I like to think of as things that are underneath that might be influencing us, and we don't even realize it. So I'm going to do our 3 in 1. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip each one over one at a time, like we're reading the pages of a book. So the exciting part again, always that first one to see where we're starting, which is justice. So what is justice? Notice that sword is right straight up and down, and swords are the element of air. Swords are our thoughts, our ideas, and sometimes our anxieties. And then we have scales right here to check things, make sure things balance out. When we see justice, it's not you're going to go to court. It's about seeing things clearly. There's no blindfold on this justice whatsoever. Some people even say, see that third eye right there. So when we get justice, it's about seeing things not through emotions, not through feelings. This is about weighing the facts for what they are, except with this particular deck, I read reversals. So it is reversed, which means things being cloudy, things not looking at things the way they are. And I can't wait to see how your justice card is going to come out, Jenny. So we have the justice reversed. So that's going to reflect on all the other cards. And we have the Five of Swords. So, again, swords are our thoughts, our ideas, and sometimes our anxieties, right? And fives. Fives are always a challenge in the tarot as we use our numerology from 1 to 10. 1, we're planting the seed. 2, we're making the choices. It's like having that scale. We're balancing things out. Good morning, Luz. So 3s are about growth. 1 plus 1 equals 3. 4 is like 4 legs on a table. And I'm just going to say, when things get stable, when things, the only thing that's permanent is change. And that's where we have to be ready for it. And so when we get to the Five of Swords, something throws us off balance. It's just one of those things where mentally we're just not on our game, or somebody upsets us, or something upsets us, right? But we're reversed here. So the thing about the Five of Swords is that, we can feel down. We can feel mentally down. We can feel, oh, why is this happening again? We hold that brick up in front of our face and we see that wall, right? But when it's reversed, we're starting to realize, we're starting to get over that 5. Because if 1 to 10, 5 is the middle, it's that hill. Am I going to make it? Am I going to make it? Am I going to make it? We're at the top of that hill. And when we're at the top of the hill and we're sick and tired of being sick and tired, we start seeing things more clearly. So here where our judgment is obscured, where we're overwhelmed, too much going on, just not able to see things for the way they really are, when with all the noise that we get, which can lead to the issues with the 4s. It's like, I want to be calm, the 4 of Swords, but we get knocked off our game. But we start to get back on the saddle when the 5 of Swords is reversed. So think of this about getting back up on the saddle and starting fresh. So, the Page of Swords. What are pages? In the 1500s, a page is a young, noble person we're going to send off to another kingdom. The page is going to learn to be a knight. A knight is going to learn to be a king. It's when we are open to learning. It's when we are open to seeing things in a fresh way. Because again, we have the swords here. So, pages are us when our eyes are open. So, as we take a look at today, and we take a look at yesterday, and the day before, and the day before, and the day before, that stuff just keeps piling up, to where our vision gets obscured by all of this negativity. So the question is our vision getting obscured by negativity? And we can crest that hill, we can crest that 5 by being like this page, seeing things for the way they really are, look at where we came from, just like this page is doing. This page has their eyes wide open. Page has fresh ideas. Pages are not going to let what happened in the past affect where they're going. So, Page of Swords, with swords being our thoughts, our ideas, and sometimes our anxieties. When we're younger, we feel more resilient. Look at this. This is kind of like being mentally resilient. I mean, look at the way the wind's blowing. So here we have all this stuff. And it's like the wind is just blowing. And we can see what it's doing to the trees. But a sapling is flexible, right? A sapling will blow with the breeze. Whereas when we are set in our ways, when we are that sturdy trunk, and this is how it's always been, it's those trees that snap in the breeze. So today it's about being flexible enough to just flow with the breeze, reminding ourselves that we can change how we think. I know that doesn't seem easy, but when we become the page, we're open to saying, okay, I see the facts. I see the way things are. I see where we're coming from. I will lean into my future, but I'm not going to let the past take control. So we can lean into our future without all that negativity breaking us. But let's see what the advice card is. It is the Ace of Cups, and that is reversed. So cups are our spirituality, our emotions, and our feelings. Aces are that seed we plant. But when the Ace of Cup is reversed, look at what's happening to the water. The water just runs out. So this is our reminder today that all this mental stuff, all this stuff that gets to us, all these things that from where we're coming from, and think of it like this. We all have our bills. We all have newspapers, or we all go on the internet and we doom scroll. We see a lot of negativity. We hear a lot of negativity. There's a lot of unfairness in the world. And sometimes we feel like this Five of Swords. But when we're the page, we can see those things. We can then adapt ourselves again, because being young mentally means being adaptable. And how do we do that? Well, a tree needs to be watered, right? So we need to remember that it all starts with a simple step of taking a breath and trusting the universe. Cups are spirituality, emotions, and feelings. When we fill up our own cup and we allow ourselves to be filled up, that means we have something to give others. That means we can acknowledge what's going on in the world. And sometimes we're the only positive that somebody might see in the day, which means that if we can fill this cup up in a positive way, then we're going to have enough to maybe share with other people. I mean, we acknowledge what's going on, but do we need to let it crush us? So today it's about becoming that flexible willow. It's about seeing things for the way they are, but allowing ourselves to bend without breaking. And I think because of the Ace of Cups, I think that it's also being positive for other people too. I mean, we are a part of everybody else. So today, staying hydrated in the heat is also important, yes. So today, lighting that spark, remembering that we don't need to be that inflexible, all I see is the negativity. It's about seeing things for the way they are and still being that spark for other people and for ourselves. Planting that positive seed that says, I'm going to find a positive way through today. So today it's about finding a positive way through today. So, I hope everybody again has that amazing, amazing, amazing day. Avoid the doom scrolling. I need to tell myself that. And I will be back here again tomorrow. So with that, thank you all again very, very much, and I will see you later.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around. Mysteries we have found. In the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance. Ghostly figures, guiding light, readers and seekers.